It's really very precise work. Everything is figured out mathematically. You have to know exactly what's going to happen. You put it together that way. It's not one of those things where you say, here, hold my beer and watch this. You know, it doesn't happen like that. And I have a yellow streak up my back that gets so wide I can wrap it around and make a raincoat out of it. That kind of keeps me alive. But everything has to be done, you know, you figure it out mathematically, even how you're going to stop the airplane when I went through the hangar, things of that nature. It's the creativity of it, the adventure. It's a funny thing. I had this little voice in my head that kept calling me and saying, call Kurt Lopresti, call Kurt Lopresti. And I was at a point to where, you know, the film industry has allowed me to fly on every continent of the world and fly aerobatics and do stunts, all except Antarctica. And I didn't lose anything there, so I'm not going there. And had the opportunity to fly almost 300 different airplanes. But they had started going to a lot of CGI, and they still needed me in my capacity to create these scenes and to get the airplanes there that the actors could act around, but they had taken the fun out of it for me from the standpoint of the flying. So I wanted to do a little more flying, and I called Kurt. I listened to that little voice, and Kurt was really excited because he was about to call me and said, you know, we wanted to talk to you about stepping back from the film industry a little bit and coming and flying the Fury and demonstrating it for us. So I went down to Vero Beach and got in the airplane and went out, and I was out over the beach, and it wasn't 5 minutes and I felt at home in the airplane, and I started flying my old Mustang routine in the along the beach in the Fury, and I found myself laughing, just literally laughing out loud. It was so much fun. So I came back and landed, and I had a smile on my face like the first time I ever kissed a girl in the back seat of a car. You know, I couldn't get the smile off. It was almost like, is this legal? Can I do it again? What if somebody sees me? So we went in and we made a deal, and I could still do the movies, and I still break down scripts and do a lot of stuff with TV and the films, but I'm very selective in what I do now. And a lot of jobs I've given away to friends. And we made the deal. The airplane stays with me, and I fly it around for them, and I also help in the capacity as an advisor in other areas of the company.
You've heard of this thing called WAAS, right? The Wide Area Augmentation System lets you fly GPS glide path approaches without relying on ground-based landing aids. No VOR, no ILS, no problem. Fact is, WAAS is so smart, it even knows what you're going to say next time you need it. And don't have it on board. Wah, wah, I want my WAAS now! I was really crying there for a second.
Roy Lopresti wanted three things in the airplane. He wanted to be able to fly like a P-51 Mustang. He wanted the airplane to have the capacity to carry 2 sets of golf clubs and 4 suitcases. And he wanted it to be able to go roughly 200 knots on 10 gallons an hour. And he hit the mark. It is one of the sweetest flying airplanes I've ever flown. Out of all the airplanes I've ever flown, it ranks right there with the Bearcat and the Mustang and my little BD-5 jet. It is that exciting. It's like a very fine lady. Right now we're getting ready to, we will start building the conformity airplanes. And conformity airplanes are airplanes that are built that conform to the plans we've given the FAA. So, you know, every little part is stamped and registered. And when the FAA is happy that, yeah, you built this airplane according to the plans, it all matches, so you meet conformity, that's the next step in the certification process. And then the airplane will be certified in the aerobatic category. It's really, any pilot you talk to, that's what they want. An airplane they can fly like a fighter, go cross-country fast and comfortable. And we have a lot of neat innovations. I came up with the camera system for the airplane. You know, it's in the wingtip, and it originally was developed to taxi, so you could see ahead of you taxiing. But we found out that it's got a lot of advantages, and that is that it clears you under the nose climbing out or letting down. And it also knocks out about 50% of the haze when you're going into a hazy area. The filter in the camera does that. The other thing is the iPod system, which RJ developed, and you'll be talking with RJ later. But it is a very unique system because besides the music, I have to have my tunes going cross country. Besides the music, it records all the data from the engine of the airplane and the airframe and the navigation system. And you can also record from our camera system. So when you go up and you shoot your buddy down and he doesn't believe you, pop your iPod out and send him a clip.
Cirrus Design's Vision SJ50 single-engine personal jet offers exceptional fuel efficiency, flexible seating for up to 7, advanced avionics, and all the Cirrus safety features you expect, including the Cirrus airframe parachute system. With its detailed design, the Cirrus Vision is technologically advanced, yet engineered to be simple to fly, to allow owner pilots more lifestyle pursuits than any other personal aircraft. Learn more about the Vision SJ50 at cirrusdesign.com.
I've broken down several scripts in the last 2 years that I will do and want to do that are very interesting. One of them is called West in the Night, about a woman pilot back in the 30s flying out of Africa. It's a very good story. And then there's Joe Merchant's, or Jimmy Buffett's book, Where's Joe Merchant? I'd like to do that one. And the other one is a very well-written script. It's almost like an Indiana Jones type of movie about the Flying Tigers. Those are the 3 I'm looking at that I would like to do. My grandfather always told me to go for the adventure and the money would come, and that's been true. The Lopresti family is very close-knit, and it's the kind of atmosphere I like working with. It's exactly like working on an A-list movie, where everybody covers what they have to cover in the department, and they cover each other. You don't stand around and say, well, that's not my job. It's, what can I do to help? What can we get, what can we do to get it completed? And as a director of flight operations, it's a joy working with them and ramrodding the certification process and the flight test and those things. Go for the adventure. Enjoy life. If you can't have fun, don't do it.